Hey everyone, my name is Crystal Valenzuela and it's your media mommy. So today I'm going to tell you about energy testing and I'm going to teach you this so that you can use it instead of having to go out and buy a pendulum because your girl is all about sustainability and sometimes people be hoarding crystals like there's no tomorrow. And there is a tomorrow. There's most definitely a tomorrow. And so I want to give you an opportunity to try out this pendulum placer goal chart without a pendulum. So all you need are your fingers, and you're going to take your you're going to take your pointer finger and your thumb and you're going to press them together like that. Okay? You're going to press them together really good. And so how does muscle testing work? So muscle testing works because your testing of yes and no are aligned with your energetic field. Whenever you are in your truth, you are in a yes statement, your energetic field is strong. And when you are not in your truth, when you are in a no statement, and then your energetic field weakens. And that's how muscle testing works. So we're going to test it with a yes and a no statement. And you're going to do that as easily as saying yes, 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 yes. And you're going to use your other two fingers and try to break the bond there. Excuse me. And then you're going to say no, 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 no. And I'm actually efforting to keep them together. So that's why it's not coming apart that far, but it broke. So another way to test your yes and your no statements is to say your name. So my name is Crystal Valenzuela. Oof. Okay. My name is Chewbacca. It only opened a little bit, so maybe there's a little part of me that thinks that my name is Chewbacca. No, it doesn't matter how much it opens. The fact is that it broke. You're able to break that bond. Go ahead and try this with a couple of yes and no statements. Try it with like your birthday, with events that have happened in your life that you cannot contest that truth. So you can go ahead and do that to just practice and test your yes and no statements. Now, once you are comfortable with energy testing and you feel good about it, then you can go to your chart. So when I pull up the chart here, what this chart shows, and let me share it with you guys so you can see it. Here we go. Okay, so here we have two screens. Here we have the what do I do chart. So on this chart are three things that we want to take a look at. The first part is down here, and we want to understand what we're going through. Is it an issue of the mind, the body, or the spirit? Because this helps us understand how we can then release what we're going through, help move the energy and heal. If it's an issue of the mind, we can ground, come back into the present moment, and then usually the situation changes. If it's an issue of the body, we can practice somatic practices, moving the body, doing yoga, maybe even just literally shaking it off, go for a walk. And if it's a matter of the spirit, so if it's about your spirit, then you could work with other divination tools. You could journal, you could meditate. All of those things could be potential pathways. Now, sometimes we're in situations where we need to make a decision, or we're in a situation where we're in that fight, flight, or fawn or freeze mode, and we don't know what to do next. So this part up here is where that's helpful. So we're going to ask if we should disengage, if we should pause and rest, if we should reflect on the situation, or if it's time to take action. And then the last section here is, are we intended to be in a passive flow, So kind of just going with the flow, feeling it out. Or should we be actively engaged? Should we be taking, if we're in, so an example of that is, let's say it's an issue of the body. We're asked to take action, but we're in a position of being in a passive flow of taking action. So what that means is that, and you are having a somatic experience that requires you to take action, but it's not the aggressive type of action. It's going to be more of a response. Whereas actively engaging is you're initiating. Same thing goes for, let's say that there's a disengage situation, and that's a matter where you're going to stop. Whatever the situation is, you're meant to walk away from it. But how you disengage could be a passive flow where you're there, but you're not efforting very much in that situation, and you're allowing it to kind of taper off, and that's how you disengage. Whereas if you're actively engaged, you might initiate that disengagement, and you might, like, let's say the situation involves another person, you go up to them and say, hey, this is not working out for me anymore. I need to bounce. I need to go pursue other things. I need a break. Or that would be like pause or rest, or it'd be like, I can't do this anymore. So that's how we're going to use it. So I actually have an event to go to tonight, and I have to leave my house soon. And so I'm just going to go through this chart and ask, what do I do? Because I feel like part of me feels like I should go, but there's a part of me that's like, well, I want to stay home, be here when my family gets home, etc. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this chart, starting with mind, body, spirit. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through each one, and we're going to ask, is this an issue of the mind? And we're going to see if it's a yes or no. And then we're going to go until we get a yes. So I don't know if I should stay home or go to my meeting. Is this an issue of the mind? That's a no. Is this an issue of my spirit? Almost broke. Is this an issue of my body? Oh, okay, that one broke. So, okay, it's a somatic experience. It's a somatic experience. And a lot of times when it's a somatic experience, you're holding on to trauma. So there's some sort of trauma that I'm holding on to that's making me feel like I don't want to go. Now, should I disengage? Okay, that's a no. Should I pause and rest? That's a no. Should I reflect? Yes. Okay. So I've gotten a yes at reflect. Should I keep asking? Um, should I go on and see if what answer I get for take action? Sure. It's up to you. You may want to just go through all of them. It's very possible that you might get a yes from more than one. And that just means that you have more than one option available to you. It doesn't mean like, oh, I'm confused, the chart's confused, the muscle testing's not working. Life is not black and white. You can have more than one option. So should I take action? I actually got a no. So I think I need to focus on, I know I need to focus on reflecting on this issue of my body, my somatic experience. Should I be in a passive flow? Nope. Should I be actively engaged? Yes. Okay. So I'm having a somatic experience that calls me to reflect, and I should be actively engaged in reflecting. So I have a few minutes left before I have to get ready and leave for my meeting. So I'm going to take those next few minutes um, to reflect on the somatic experience. But now is a great opportunity for you to play around with this chart. And if you found this lesson interesting, there's much more waiting for you in the Pendulum Play Circle. And you can register at the link in the description. And I hope to see you there.